Welcome to NACo's County Countdown. I'm Erin Hurley, NACo's Managing Director of Government Affairs, running through the top issues that are important to counties as intergovernmental partners. First up, the ARPA State and Local Fiscal Recovery Fund reporting deadline is next week. Next Wednesday, April 30th, is the deadline for counties to submit project and expenditure reports, or P&E reports, for the American Rescue Plan Act's State and Local Fiscal Recovery Fund. To remain in compliance with the U.S. Department of Treasury's reporting requirements, all counties must submit a P&E report. This includes counties that have already spent their entire ARPA allocation. When submitting this report, provide as much detail as possible to ensure Treasury officials have a clear picture of how funds were obligated to support your community and residents. If you've received a notice of noncompliance from Treasury, please reach out to NACo for support. Second, Congress moves forward on reconciliation, which remains a top story given its significant implications for counties. With both the House and Senate having adopted budget proposals, counties are closely monitoring the reconciliation process's potential impacts on local priorities, including reforms to Medicaid and the preservation of tax-exempt municipal bonds. These tools are vital for counties to finance infrastructure projects and provide essential health services. And here's an important update this week. Members of Congress are actively communicating to one another their support for these county priorities. Last week, 12 members of the House of Representatives sent a letter to House leadership expressing concerns over major cuts to Medicaid, and a bipartisan Dear Colleague letter also in the House shared support for preserving the tax-exempt status of municipal bonds. Congress is looking to move quickly on this reconciliation process with the goal of delivering a reconciliation bill to President Trump by the end of May. Next, FEMA announces the cancellation of disaster mitigation funding. On April 4th, FEMA announced that it will not allocate $750 million this year for the Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities Grant Program, also known as BRIC. BRIC, which counties are directly eligible for, funds hazard mitigation projects to reduce long-term disaster risks and costs. The cancellation follows a broader review of FEMA grants and a recent executive order by President Trump emphasizing state and local responsibilities for disaster preparedness. The cancellation of BRIC funding could lead to a pause or cancellation of county projects, budget disruptions, and reduced capacity for long-term risk reduction. Next up, HHS terminates funding for key mental and behavioral health programs. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has terminated funding for at least 5 county-eligible federal health programs previously set to run through September 2025. This includes the Community Mental Health Services Block Grant, Supplemental, and the Substance Use Prevention, Treatment, and Recovery Supplemental Grants, both of which counties rely on to provide critical prevention and treatment services for substance use disorders. The abrupt loss of funding threatens the stability of local health and behavioral health systems, including 988 crisis call centers, prevention initiatives, and community health worker programs. And finally, Congress considers reauthorization of a key county cybersecurity program. Authorized under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, the State and Local Cybersecurity Program, or SLCGP, provides critical funding to state and local governments to enhance cybersecurity readiness and protection. However, the $1 billion program is set to expire on September 30th, 2025, unless it is reauthorized by Congress. Unique to the program, the SLCGP requires state recipients to pass through 80% of funding to local governments, which has drastically strengthened counties' cybersecurity readiness and ability to respond to and protect against cybersecurity threats. County leaders should reach out to their members of Congress, urging them to reauthorize the program and ensure consistency in funding for critical cybersecurity efforts. Thank you for watching, and visit NACo.org for all the latest information and resources.